Joining us now, I'm pleased to say, Howard Capital Management CEO and Portfolio Manager, Vance Howard. Vance, so great to have you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Okay, so people poo-poo me on the January effect, the January barometer. Why are you optimistic?
Well, when you go back to the Trader's Almanac, they go back to 1950. And this is very interesting because we are going to close in the positive on the S&P for the week, for the first 5 days of this year. If we close in the first 5 days of the year up, the odds are 83% that in 2026 we're going to have an up year. 83%. Now in January, if we close up in January, Taylor, the odds are 73%. So cross our fingers for a great January because we've hit today. Is 5 days. We are up for the first 5 days of the year. Odds are 83%. We'll end up higher.
I love the size and scope that you bring. So am I in a buy and hold market? I just buy and ride the S&P, or is there going to be a lot of volatility intra-year and I can take advantage of that through other tactical choices? What
a great question. You know, the funny thing is, I think this year is going to be a trader's market. I think you're going to see different asset classes that are going to outperform the S&P and that they're going to outperform the NASDAQ 100. You know, look at what gold's done. Look at what Bitcoin has sold off this year to the point it's a raging buy and it's probably going to have a very good year. Small caps are actually starting to work for once in the past 3 or 4 years. Part of that being is that interest rates are coming down. That helps mid caps and small caps. But the market's really spreading out to where it's going to be an exciting year if you're willing to work your money.
Talking about spreading out, I see a Southern drawl in your accent. And I'm looking at oil prices. And I'm looking at oil prices. I'm looking at Chevron, the Halliburtons. I know you're from Texas. What do you think about the oil and gas sector and some of the stuff that we're seeing in Venezuela?
I think that it's going to be a positive. I've got a lot of friends in the oil and gas industry. So I know when we have West Texas Intermediate crude around $58 a barrel, that's a little bit cheap. But it's also going to pull down inflation because everything kind of rotates around inflation. So if we can get lower gas prices, let's look at Venezuela. If he does control that oil and gas pipeline and we bring down intermediate crude to 50, 51, 50, $48 a barrel, that's going to bring down inflation. That's going to help the middle class. It's going to help our country.
What do you like in terms of picks? Silver, gold, what do you like?
Well, we're looking at financials this year. I think financials are going to do very, very well, and I would play it with the ETF, and ETF's a great way to play that. Bitcoin, I bet, looks good, like a really good buy to us in the ETF space right now. It's got a lot of liquidity. You can trade it, so it's very, very actively done. It's sold off to the point I think it's a good buy for 2020.
Talk to me about financials, because you talked about interest rates.
Yeah.
So if you get a flattening of the yield curve, which means long-term interest rates come down, usually financials don't like that because they make money on the difference between lending long-term and paying out a deposit on the short-term. Why then, if the Fed is cutting rates, do we like financials?
Well, when you look at financials, let me explain when I say financials, I'm thinking Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley. I'm talking about the trading firms that are trading a lot of liquidity. They're trading a lot of equities and they're trading a lot of bonds going into 2026. That's going to increase their profits, and I think they're going to have a very healthy year.
Okay, so you talked about Bitcoin. Do we do this through an ETF? Because I will tell you, I have some Bitcoin and Ethereum on that hard wallet, but I lost that darn password. So now I need the ETF to use the play, right?
And iBit's a great way to play it. It's highly liquid. It's you can trade it, anytime you want. And you don't have to worry about that. It's right there on your exchange. It goes right into your account. So I'd rather trade the ETF than I would the coin themselves.
Biggest question you get from consumers right now?
What's going to happen in 2026? And my thing is, I think the S&P is going to end up higher. I think it's going to be a trader's market. I think if you're willing to really work your capital, you can have a fantastic year in 2026.
What happens if the man I spoke to at the top of the hour, Brent Schutte, also likes mids and smids? 3 other guests this week also said it. Is there a risk that small and mid caps is too much of a consensus trade?
I don't think so because they've done so poorly the past 2 to 3 years. I think they're due. And I think if you also look at what's going to happen with interest rates, we know we're going to get a dovish Fed chair. That's just going to happen in May. So I think we're maybe looking at 2, possibly 3 rate cuts. If we do that, that's going to really help small caps because small caps really, higher interest rates really hurt them. It doesn't hurt mega caps. They've got too much cash, but small and mid caps, it can help really push them up.
You are, for now, bringing some of that Texas good luck to us in the final 30 seconds of trading. The S&P 500 turns positive by just under a point. We'll see how that turns out.